Hello and welcome to Weekend Investing Daily Bites. Today we are shooting episode number 97. I can't believe that we have reached 97 so quickly. In 3 days we will be at episode of the Centurion episode. Uh, let's talk about weekend investing performance versus Nifty Momentum 30 index performance. A lot of users have been asking for this, so we have done some data comparison for their sake, and we will look at this post our market review. So let's look at the market. The markets have been roiled with this Evergrande China story, and the US market also fell. Dow was down 950 points at one point yesterday, and then it recovered a bit, and the futures are up right now. So the weakness is still there. However, the FOMC meet on Wednesday may turn around things if the minutes of the meet suggest that there is no tapering coming through in the next few months and the easy policy will continue. That is the bet that a lot of bulls have taken today while recovering significant ground on the indices. But I think the real confirmation will come only post Wednesday night. And there are rumors that the Chinese government is also nationalizing the real estate Evergrande builder. So, given that our markets were also looking for some excuse for some sort of a correction, I think we've got a very decent sell-off in a couple of days. So, some froth has at least been taken off the current positions, and some stocks have actually started moving forward even above the previous highs. So in today's market, real estate and metals sprang up along with IT, some commodities, some pharma, and only autos were a bit soft. Otherwise, the entire market, despite being down quite a bit at one point of time, came back very nicely. As you can see in the indices, Nifty almost closed 1% above previous closing, and only the small cap and the mid cap segment in the market kind of was struggling. But if the Wednesday outcome is favorable, then I am sure they will catch up too. In terms of our weekend investing small case performance, MIMT all cap, CNX 200, MI25, ATH2, they were all doing quite well. Only MI35 was slightly in the red. Otherwise, it was a reasonably in line with the market sort of a day. So let's now talk about today's topic. Many users have been saying that why are you comparing weekend investing momentum strategies with the underlying index? Why not compare it with Nifty Momentum 30 index? So this index has been created by the subsidiary of National Stock Exchange, the entity which manages the indices for Nifty and several other tens and dozens of indices. So they have created a Nifty Momentum 30 index which is based on the CNX 200 index as the underlying group, and 30 stocks are selected from here, and they have backtested it since 2005, and there is one mutual fund which is already running on this index. The rebalance strategy here is of a 6 monthly in nature, and the exact basis on which they do their ranking is also not known, although they do mention that the ranking is mostly based on 12 months and 6 months performance data, and then they've normalized it with against volatility and the available free float of each constituent. So they have some steps through which they arrive at their final conclusion. The main issue, as I will show you also, is the rebalance in 6 months. So this is comparison of Momentum 30 versus Nifty 50. So definitely you can say that even over a period of as long as 16 years, more than that actually, momentum strategies in general have outperformed Nifty by a wide margin, especially after 2013. That's when you had very strong trending markets happen, and you can see here in 2008 also there was a huge outperformance, but the underperformance in the next few years brought the performance in line. However, here you can see that the outperformance is growing every year, and so Momentum 30 can be a very good comparative alternative to Nifty. So if one were investing in Nifty index, then Momentum 30 is another very good option to go for. Now let's look at Nifty Momentum 30 index in terms of its data since 2005. So it has had some fantastic years. In the very beginning, first year almost 80 odd % up, and then of course with the market volatility and 2008 crash, it had its share of drawdowns. Now the drawdown here is almost 70%, very near to, I think Nifty's drawdown in 2008 was 72 or 74%, I'm forgetting, but this Nifty Momentum 30 index drawdown is 67.9% here, which is a very, very high drawdown for a non-leveraged strategy, and we will see why. And you can see that if you remained invested in the Nifty 30 over the years, over these 16 years, you would have normalized your returns at 18-19%, which is very nice, very good returns. There's no doubt about it. And this of course is the index, so some cost, some expense ratio, etc. will get built in once you start to follow that. Now the interesting part here is the COVID crash, where the COVID crash caused it to go down, and the drawdown was somewhere close to, I think, 34 or 35%. I'm not able to pin the exact point. I'll just show you that. So that I thought was a bit extreme versus other momentum strategies, but the returns in general have been quite all right. So this is a comparison of Nifty of Momentum 30 index, which has a CAGR of 23.4% since inception. Since April 2016. So I'm comparing from April 2016 because weekend investing strategies have data since April 2016, and many of them are actually running since April 2016. So we want to have as much as good live data as much as possible. So what we can see is Momentum 30 index here in this period, 1st April to 20th September 21, 16, so 5.5 years roughly, did a CAGR of 23.4% and a max drawdown of 34.2% in the COVID crash, has a ROMAD ratio for this period at 0.68. Now this compares very well with the ROMAD ratios of all other indices that we see. So CNX 200, the index which is the underlying index for Momentum 30, has a CAGR of 16%, drawdown of 38%, ROMAD ratio of 42.42. So by using Momentum 30, you are doing very well compared to the underlying index. There is no doubt about it. Nifty on the other hand is also very close to CNX 200 at nearly 16%, and it is actually quite funny to me and quite a data point that if you see all across here, all the indices over this last 5.5 years, whether it was large cap Nifty 50, whether it was large cap Nifty Next 50, whether it was large and mid cap CNX 200, whether it was mid and small cap 400, small cap 250, CNX 500 broad based, everything is near 16%. Just mid and small cap is slightly has 200 basis points more, but everything is near 16% CAGR. So regardless of whether you did large, mid or small, you ended up at the same place as per these indices. But just look at the drawdowns. Small cap 250 had a drawdown of 60% in this period. Mid and small cap had 50%. CNX 200 at 38%. Nifty Next 50 at 42%. Nifty 50 at 38%. CNX 500 at 38%. Momentum 34%. So within the indices, you can see that the best ROMAD ratio is there in this moment in this strategy, which is based on the CNX 200 index. Now let's compare it to weekend investing products. So weekend investing products, I will just go through all of them so that you are aware of what is each product. So NG 50/50 is a Nifty and gold equal weighted free product. NNF 10 is 10 stocks monthly balanced Nifty Next 50 index based rotational strategy. MILT CNX 200 is a 20 stock CNX 200 large cap and mid cap strategy. MI20 is a 20 stock mid cap and small cap strategy rotational. MI50 is a small and mid cap strategy. MI25 is a purely small cap strategy. MI35 is also a purely small cap strategy. MI30 is a all cap strategy which selects constituents from CNX 500. MIMT all cap is a all cap strategy which selects all the universe above 1000 crores. MIATH is a strategy that is a all cap strategy, selects from all over the place, chases all time highs above 1000 crores. ATH2 is also a ATH strategy which chases stocks above 500 crores and it's slightly different vehicle than ATH. And so this is all the strategies that we have. Now let's look at the ROMAD ratios. The minimum ROMAD ratio that we have is 0.64, very near to the Momentum 30 index, but all of them are much higher. 0.9, 0.8, 0.76, 1.4, 2.4. So the returns, the CAGR returns are much higher than the indices, but the beauty of all these products is the drawdown part. Most of these products beat the indices very well versus each of their respective indices in the department of drawdowns. So let's take a look at MINNF 10, which is the same universe as Momentum 30, CNX 200 universe. MILT CNX 200, same universe. So here we are seeing that while the CAGR is lower than Momentum 30, but the drawdown is also much lower, and hence the ROMAD ratio is still very high compared to Momentum 30. If we compare a rotational strategy like NNF 10, because Momentum 30 is also rotational, it does not go to cash. Similarly, NNF 10 also does not go to cash. But just see the Nifty Next 50, the drawdown here was 42%. And see here in NNF 10, it just went down by 22%. That's a huge advantage versus the underlying index. If we see MI25, which is a pure small cap strategy, you can see that the drawdown in this period is minus 29% versus minus 60% on the small cap strategy. So if your drawdown is lower, and even if your CAGR is at par or even slightly lower, your ROMAD ratio is still much better. So, your gain to pain ratio is still much better. Of course, if you are only wanting higher CAGR regardless of drawdown, then yes, you should go for the highest return strategies. They may be more riskier and they may have more volatility, but serious money also looks at what is the drawdowns, what is your comfort level in terms of what kind of drawdowns you can bear on that capital. This may not be your entire capital. If you may have 100 rupees, you may allocate 50 to large caps, 32 mid caps and 22 small caps, something like that. So depending upon your risk ability, etc., you can decide which segment you want to play with. But coming back to the point of comparison, so Momentum 30, while comparing it to other mutual funds, I think is a fantastic strategy to go for, because momentum strategy is proven. There is no reason to question its ability in any type of market, and the results are showing. If Momentum 30 is 23.4% versus 16% of CNX 200, it is doing very well. There is no doubt about it. And the drawdown is also similar. However, you can improve upon these standardized strategies by coming to such niche strategies like weekend investing products, where the drawdowns can be controlled in a much more effective way, right? One major drawback on these strategies could be that their rebalance is very wide apart. Many of the other momentum strategies also in the market are 3 months, 6 months. We have done extensive research on this, and we find that maximum going out a month is advisable, nothing beyond that. The market is a fast moving market now, and imagine if you are sitting in a product which will rebalance 6 months later, and the flavor of your current sectors, like Momentum 30 is currently 30 or 35% into metals. Now it may rebalance. Right now we are coming close to September end, so it may rebalance now. But had these fall come in October, it would not have rebalanced out till March. So as the nature of the market has been changing in the last couple of decades to a faster cycle changes and sectoral changes, looking at a strategy which has a rebalance of 6 months in momentum style especially could be a bit difficult. As I showed you that in 2008 this strategy had a drawdown of 65%. How many investors are willing to take that kind of drawdown in an investing strategy? Trading strategy sometimes you can get, but in an investing strategy where you put in most of your capital, you don't want to see that kind of drawdown ideally. So this was the comparison to Momentum 30 on request of few users. There was no other reason to showcase our products against this or anything like that. But this is something that the Ask Weekend Investing round that we do, there are several such requests, and we try to fulfill them during the week so that we can take up relevant topics which people are looking for. So this is all I had for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.